podcast. Today I'm here with a very special guest all the way from Iran. We have Trader Noctis. And man, I've been excited for this one for some time. He's an absolute killer trader. I mean, if you guys follow him on Twitter, you see he posts some of the craziest P&L picks. Seems like he's always getting the move right. So, warm welcome to him. How you doing, man?
All good, man. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. And honestly, you are killing it as well. I get to know you almost 2 months ago on Twitter, so you are an awesome trader as well. So happy to be here, and let's do it, man. I'm ready.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, so I always like to start with early life. You know, what inspired you to get into trading, and when did you take that step? How long ago?
So almost 3 years ago, when crypto was basically it was inside a bubble, and I just get into buying some altcoins and selling some after getting 2x or 3x. And all of a sudden, we get to into a bear market, and it got honestly, I was really surprised, and I had no experience. I lost a lot of money during that time, and I believe a lot of traders inside City and Twitter, they are usually from 2021, 2022, and it was a very rough time. So I decided to learn trading because investing wasn't going to work out. I used to buy some altcoins and wait for maybe 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, and they used to move up and I usually got good profits from them. And 2022, when the bear market started, it was very rough because I used to buy every dip and dips keeps on dipping and it wasn't profitable at all. So, and in real life, I am a doctor, so I'm not right now a doctor. I am a medical student. Currently, I am year six, and I really was kind of tired from the environment that I was working in because it's a little bit sad to interact with people that are always sick, that are in need for help, and I really didn't like that. So when I get into the trading and I realize that I can be my own boss, I can just basically control myself and I can be profitable. I can live a good life. So that was a very interesting thing inside of trading world that I didn't have in any other job if I wanted to pursue it. So it was really interesting for me, and I get into the trading. I wasn't profitable until 2023, and I used to basically follow some traders on Twitter, on Telegram, and I believe most of us walk this path, and this is the usual path for us traders because we don't have any other way to basically enter inside this system. And after getting losses from other traders, copying them, and having a rough mental time, I started to basically find and look for a mentor, somebody that can teach me something useful and help me throughout this way. And I mm, I can say that Shinigami XBT, I don't know if you know him or not, but I recommend everybody to go and check him on Twitter. He's a very, very talented guy and he's really killing it. So his main style was 1 minute trading, fastest scalps, and it was
Mm.
really beautiful when I was looking from outside, and I really wanted to learn from him. So it started for me basically 2022. I joined different Discords. I looked for different mentors, and they helped me throughout this process. And it was a very interesting journey for me personally. But um, yeah, that is how I started basically getting into trading.
Well, okay, so 2021, 2022, you're in medical school learning how
Yeah.
to save people's lives, and at the same time, you're finding time how to learn to trade. I mean, how did you do that?
It hurts my education a lot. I'm not going to lie because I sacrificed a lot of time from base. I should have studied way more than what I've done and did. So yeah, it hurt me a lot, and it wasn't an easy choice and easy sacrifice. So I could have had my degree right now, but because of these sacrifices and these delays, I am almost 1 year behind of what I should have been. And yeah. That's what happened. So yeah, it wasn't easy at all, and there was a problem with being a doctor in real life. It's not that financially. Mm, that's not. It's not going to provide you with a very good life. It will be a normal life, and you will be stuck in a system that is going to uh, I'm not sure if it's the same in all countries, but in Iran, it's not really, it's like working for free. You are supposed to work 12, 13 hours per day on hospital to get some little bit of money, and it doesn't worth the amount of work you put in to get
Well,
that money. So I wasn't satisfied with that, and that was another trigger for me to get into trading because I was looking to get rich, like all of us who gets into trading. We all want to be rich and live a pretty good life. That real life jobs is not going to provide us that opportunity and that amount of money to basically live that life. So yeah.
right. Well, yeah, I think a lot of people, especially our, younger generation, they started with crypto and trading while they're in school.
Yeah,
But I also think a lot of people got wrecked and then they just gave up.
absolutely.
And it's really not for everybody. It's very glamorous, but and that's why we launched this product, TradingLink. I'll show you that after.
Mhm.
But it's for people who like trading, but maybe don't have the edge that they thought they would. But yeah, next question for you. So you learned scalping from your mentor. Is that what you still do? Are you only scalping? Do you do swing trading? Tell me a bit more about your trading style.
Well, since 2023, I started to trade Forex pairs, and I used to just only trade 1 minute chart, and I didn't look in other time frames like 15 minutes and 1 hour. I wasn't really interested. I was looking for an in and out type of setups, and throughout time, I realized that the amount of stress that is these scalps are causing me because I used to scalp a lot, like maybe 5 or 6 trades per day, and not all of them is going to be a win. Right now, I have around, I can be honestly talk about it, around 50% win rate. It's not 100% or any um, imaginary number. It's a normal 50% win rate. So those losses is going to get you and finally affect you mentally. So throughout time, I realized that it's not bad idea to trade some swings and use some altcoins, use some buying opportunities in order to trade the higher time frame, and just don't look at it, don't watch it, don't trade it anymore. Just wait for your asset to go up in price or go down in price and trade it higher time frame. But I am mainly trading 1 minute scalps, and my favorite asset is by far Euro USD and then Nasdaq.
Hmm.
So these two are my favorite assets to trade on 1 minute charts because Nasdaq is very clean in delivering the bias and direction. It's not going to play with you that much, but sometimes Forex markets like Euro and GBP, other pairs, is they are going to play with you throughout time. So right now, we know that there is a kind of tension in our world right now because of this war that is happening between Iran and Israel, and there are some other countries involved as well. But this tension is going to drive out the liquidity out of forex pairs, so you won't see that delivery that much easily like it used to happen. So I used to uh, basically change pairs in order to trade this environment, but back in the days, like maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, it was a very easy market to trade. Forex was really clean. It didn't play it with you, not mentally, not emotionally. It didn't chop a lot. So that was clean. But right now, it's not that much good to look for 1 minute scalps in trading. So what I'm basically what I learned throughout my experience is to look for either reversals. They are going to be very profitable on 1 minute charts, or keep on trading the trend that you have. Either it's a downtrend or it's an uptrend. So there's a difference in order to realize if you are inside of a range or you are inside of a trend. And to me, FVGs is the key to find out that we are in a trend or not. So whenever we are going to start a trend on one minute chart, you either have basically a PO3 or AMD, some people call it, or some simple patterns like inverse head and shoulders, things like that. But I don't use them. I just watch them. I see them, okay, and they are showing an inverse head and shoulder in the price action right now. And I look for the moment to see if on our 1 minute candles we are respecting those FEGs in order to get that reversal or not. Because if we are not respecting, let's say we have been dropping on the price, right? So you are looking for a reversal from the bottom. And what you want to see is after that range that is happening right now at the bottom, you want to see a respect toward your bullish FEGs that you are building from that low. So if you are not respecting any bullish FEGs, you are not going to trend up, you are not going to reverse, and there's a high possibility that you are going to be inside of a range or trend down. So FVGs are very important to me, and I use them a lot. And the other thing that is really helpful for trading on lower time frame are breakup structures. But it's very important to understand what type of break of a structure is valid. It's going to be played out eventually. So you will see a lot of break of structures on different time frames, but they might be a rate. They are not a break of a structure. They are just a fake move to grab liquidity, and eventually they will come back to where it was. So break of structures are very important, and you need to understand which one is going to be a valid one in order to count it as a break of a structure, and FEGs are my second tool. So I trade based on these two things, and I use sometimes I use patterns, but they are not really helpful because they won't give you a good entry or invalidation because price can easily fake out and just come back again. So, for example, you have a double bottom. You'd think that, okay, if I put my stop loss on the low of this double bottom, it's going to be safe, but price can come back down and make it triple bottom, something like that, and sweep basically that low, stop you out, and again move up. So patterns are not that good to trade with. They are not useful, but they are good in order to give you a bias. They will help you to understand if you are eventually going to go up or down. So I don't count on them as a trading setup. For example, I say that, okay, we have a head and shoulder and I'm going to short it from the neckline and target downside. But I use price action for entries, and FEGs are my favorite things in order to get into an trade. And rates are very important as well. Whenever you are trading a trend, you look for rates. You want to see that rates. And for example, if you are moving up, you want to see a drop to enter to market, enter to your trade. And those drops are necessary. It's very risky to enter a trade when we are just keep on moving higher and higher and higher. So those back tests, those rates are very important. You want to see internal liquidity getting taken in order to find the setup, in order to find an entry. And yeah, that's how my system works if I'm going to explain it just with words, but it's much easier to understand when I show it on charts. Right now, I don't have charts, so sorry for that.
No, no, it's perfect. Yeah, I think a lot of our viewers know general trading ideas, so I think that made a lot of sense to a lot of people. So thanks for sharing that. Wow. So you can have the best TA in the world, but you won't be profitable unless you have the right psychology and discipline. How
Yes.
how did you learn the discipline part of trading? Everything off the chart, because I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a perfect trader. I have my losses. Sometimes I get into a losing streak of maybe 7 or 8 trades. Like those days are very hard for me to just bear with, and get my mentality right in order to succeed tomorrow or the other day. But of course, psychology is very important, but you will not learn and master it unless you have experience. Like throughout my time, I saw that experience is going to be your best teacher in order to understand how to be disciplined, how to be basically stable as a trader, because we all know that sometimes we want to FOMO inside of a trade and they won't pay out well. Eventually, they will hunt you and they will give you losses. So experience is very important because when you see different situations, your brain is basically a quantum computer. It will learn itself. It's going to put patterns inside itself and reprogram itself. So you will make a better decision next time. So that's why experience is very important, and trading is very important. So as I saw some people that they take very, let's say 5 trades per month because they are scared. So being scared is not going to help you. You need that experience. You have to take trades. And if you are scared to do it with real money, you can do it with demo, but let's do it with real money because demo trading is not going to uh, it's not going to affect you the same level that real trading is going to do it. Like, okay, you're scared with trading with real money. Let's put $1. Let's put $2. Don't risk that much inside of it. Just try to learn and grow as a trader. And I am currently struggling still with discipline. I had a very bad sleeping schedule back in the days, but because I used to go to a hospital and I lacked the sleep a lot, and that affected me as well. So if somebody is going to be a good trader, uh, I guess it's very easy to be disciplined. You have to sleep enough, you have to eat well, you have to exercise a lot, uh, and enough. And let's say, what else do you need? You need to be happy mentally as well. If you are going to be sad with your wife or sad with your, I don't know, parents or anything bad in life is happening and it's getting into your head, that will affect your trading as well. So it's better to just be happy and trade with peace, with concentration. And I don't think that us as traders are going to be we don't need discipline as much as a fighter need. You know, a fighter should put training and do training maybe 5 hours per day, but maybe we can do it with 1 hour per day on being on charts. We can just get what we want from charts in 1 hour in 30 minutes. So it's a little bit different from what we usually think about when we talk about discipline, in my opinion. But start time is very important. Like if you are starting as a trader and you want to learn, you want to basically grow and update your quantum computer, that brain that you have in trading. If you want to update that, the screen time is going to help you more than anything else. Just watch different price action on different assets. It doesn't matter. The asset doesn't matter, in my opinion, because markets moves in fractals and those fractals just keeps on repeating in different assets. Like if you are trading gold and metals, you will see the same fractals that you are seeing on forex markets, on stocks sometimes. They are not 100% the same, but there is a lot of, I can say maybe 50%, 60% is the same. The movement is the same, but volatility is a little bit different. So screen time is very important. And if somebody's just want to be disciplined as a trader, maybe 3 hours per day spending time on charts is going to be what you need in order to grow as a trader. So that's my response. So I don't really believe in discipline that much, but because it's a really different job compared to what other jobs are. But yeah, I might be wrong, but that's how I think about
No, I love that. I love that analogy a lot. The quantum computer. I mean, that's so true. We
it.
we are just soaking in so much information every single second
Yeah,
of every day about everything. So I really like that
exactly.
analogy a lot. And then one of the last questions I have is for your risk management. How much do you risk per trade? especially on the scalps versus swings? Is it different? And then how many trades do you take per day on average?
So for risk management, it's honestly depends on my confidence. So if I see a setup, I don't feel that much confidence. I don't risk that much, and it depends on where I'm trading at because I use prop firms sometimes and I have a broker account as well. I trade on exchange as well. So depends on where I'm trading at. My risk management completely shifts on prop firms. On the trades that I'm really confident, I usually take something around 2% per trade. And when I'm not that much confidence, half a percent is, I can say, is my average for risking. But I don't use a fixed risk. I used to do that back in the days, but I realized that when you have you have a confluence for your trade, you have much more courage in order to risk more, and you won't feel that much stress when you are confident with your trade. So it's in my opinion, it's really important to keep your confidence up. So if you are going to risk more than necessary inside of a trade, it will hit you, and that will affect your trading for the rest of the day. So on prop firms, 2% on the confidence setup, half a percent on the setups that I'm not that much sure. It's 50-50. It's not that high probability. And on exchange, it's again the same thing. Happens in the exchange if I'm confident in something. Like right now today, I had a Litecoin trade. I longed it and I risked 35% on it because I was confident. I was seeing divergence on 1 hour chart, and that was a key for me because Bitcoin was showing some sign of a strength on lower
Yeah.
time frames. So that helped me to just go heavier inside of that trade. And when get to profit, I took out some money and I just used the 5% risk in order to let it run. And
Wow.
on broker account, it's something very fishy about forex pairs because when you are going to have a news today, sometimes your slippage is going to be much more than what you expect. And that is a very important thing to keep in mind. And that depends on your broker as well. But different news have different slippage. Some news doesn't move markets that much, but some really volatility moves markets. So again, you should be aware of that if you're trading, and don't gamble when a news is coming. But if you have confidence in your price action, in your analysis, so you can open your trade and you can keep it running throughout the news. And I really believe that news are always moving the price toward the direction that it should have moved, you know? It fuels the price in order to get to that target, nothing more. So if you have a right bias, you have a right basically target, it will be hidden during the news and there's nothing to be worried about. But that's different in different people because we have different skill sets in reading price action, in having the bias and building that bias throughout the day. So that needs experience as well. That needs knowledge as well. So yeah, that's how I trade, and that's my risk management.
Well, I love it. Wow, 35%
Thank you.
on Litecoin though. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a very good trade today. I'm not
Yeah,
on the
I
chart
saw
right
the
now,
bounce.
but yeah, I took most of it out, like 30% out.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. And then where can people follow you? And I think you have a Discord as well, right? You can tell the people about that.
Yes, so I mainly share my setups, like the result of the setup. Sometimes I share setups before happening on Twitter. So my Twitter account is Trader Noctis, and I have a Discord as well. I made it almost over a year ago, and it's called Dragon Trades. So the main reason, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be honest. The main reason I built that Discord was to make profits, was to have an in source of income that is not as stressful. that is not dependent on me. That's something that builds a community and people like to gather together and trade together. So that was my main reason. But throughout time, honestly, it's been almost a year that I'm working on building a good community, building a place that traders want to learn, traders want to trade together, share ideas and stuff like that. So we are mainly trading Forex pairs on that server, on that Discord, but we have good crypto traders and yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll link both of those below, guys. You can check it
Thank
out.
you.
And then, so we're gonna show you real quick
Yes, I'm very
our
interested to
trading.
see.
Okay, so this is the TradingLink application, right? So as
Yeah,
you can see in here, we have a signal pool. So all of these are real people, real traders. And what they do is they actually link their API to our platform. And so we can see every single trade they've ever taken on their account. We can see their full
uh,
win rate, average P&L, uh, literally every statistic, their percentage over time, how many lots they trade with, their best trade, their worst trade, their starting balance, everything. 100% full transparency. That's kind of how we present ourselves in the space. 100% transparency, because it's one thing
mhm.
to follow a signal provider who always posts the winning trades and who never really shows you the full picture.
Yeah,
This like literally shows you monthly P&L of everybody. And so more retail based traders who are not quite profitable yet can easily go on here. They can do their research and pick whoever they think is a good profitable trader, and they can subscribe for a monthly subscription fee to this trader. That subscription will allow them to get their API connection. So basically I could have my MT5 account connected to
yeah,
this guy's account, to whenever he enters and exits a trade, my account does the same exact trade at the same exact risk percentage. So this allows retail traders to get exposure to professional traders in a way that's never before done. And it's mostly tailored towards Forex at the moment. We're going to launch a crypto side in the future, but all these creators then in exchange get that subscription fee from all their people who are subscribed to them. So it's a win-win for both the traders and the retail community, who can finally get that exposure to a high level trader without, paying for some, crappy signals in a Telegram group. This is like the real deal type of copy trading. And so we've been around for a few months now, and we already have like 21 pages of signalers. People are
hmm,
doing well on here. And yeah, I'm going to share it with you. And if you're interested, maybe in the future, you can even put yourself on here and
yes,
get
of course, why not?
subscriptions from
Honestly,
people.
it's really unique and different compared to what other platforms are providing. So it's really lovely to see it, and I'm sure that application is going to help other people to just join it, and that will be useful. So yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, yeah, it's really first of their kind because, Binance has their own copy trade. BitGet has their own copy trade. But the downside on all of those as well is there's a profit sharing. So, like
Yeah,
10, 20% of the profit goes to that creator or that trader. And that's good for the trader. But for the retail investor, if they take 10 to 20% each time, they're not taking any of the losses. So over time, it just kind of makes your gains reduce. But here,
exactly.
you can pay a fixed fee that will never change, and then you'll have that growth that in some cases is very, very high. And yeah, it's all transparent, and we're really excited about it.
It's really amazing, and transparency is the key. So wish you a very good journey with these trading links, and I'd be happy to join in the future. Just keep me updated. It
Cool.
looks very clean and amazing.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, guys. That was the episode. Thank you again to Trader Noctis for coming on. Make sure you guys follow him below on his Twitter and join his Discord if you want more educational as well as trade setups. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.